Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me here on the ice, here on Amateur Sports TV. Great news coming from TOVI Hockey. Announcement that they've been sitting on for quite a while, but now that they can make public, we are first to let everybody know TOVI Hockey is live and ready to rock, getting that wonderful news. And we'll let Richard and Aaron Krause mention that to you, because they're the gentlemen that have been, eyeing in the sky, smiling from ear to ear over the last couple of months with regards to this and seeing the return of professional hockey here in North America. We now get to see the next steps of TOVI Hockey, not just with their sticks perhaps, but what's been going on with their research and development. So Richard Fucillo and Aaron Krause from TOVI Hockey joining me today on the ice. Aaron and Richard, thanks for joining me this fine, beautiful day. How is where you're at temperature-wise, and does it feel like hockey season now that we're in a couple of weeks into the season?
It's cold here in Boston in the Northeast. It feels like hockey season. Unfortunately, many of the rinks are closed, but it is what it is.
We've got a cold, dreary day here in Philadelphia, but it definitely feels like hockey season because the Flyers are back on the ice. And I'm back on the ice tonight coaching my team.
So again, just like everybody else, it's different state to state, province to province. Richard, like you said, several arenas have closed. Are we still going to see the Bean Pot this year? I haven't heard any announcements yet. Or has it already been played?
It has not already been played. It's usually the first week in February, and it's I don't know, frankly.
Okay.
So.
And Aaron, of course, you're in Philly. I mean, the boys look good. I mean, that orange and black is ready to attack.
Well, I want to talk about, because Richard's on here and he's a Boston fan, and they looks like they had our number again. But yeah, I think we have a really strong, deep, young team with some excellent talent. And one thing that's always been the Achilles heel for my Flyers is goaltending. I think we got some really strong goaltending, so I'm looking forward to a great season.
Carter Hart's that true number one, and my boy Nolan Patrick, good friend of the family, back on the ice. Great to see him back in a Flyers jersey as well, Aaron. Right?
Hey, it's great to see him. It's great to see Lindblom back on the ice,
yes,
coming back from a cancer diagnosis, and it's a real inspiration for the team. So it's been very exciting to see him back and playing hard and even scoring.
And of course, our beloved Bruins, as much as I love them too, wink, wink, missing Mr. Pasta up in Boston, Richard. I know we got to get some goal scoring, but let's get back to what we really need to talk about. With the beginning of the NHL season, TOVI Hockey received a wonderful set of news. Aaron, fill us in on what happened with regards to that.
Well, it's been almost a year now since I sat in Gary Bettman's office in their conference room at NHL headquarters and presented them with the unique design of the TOVI hockey stick, which is really one of the most innovative designs in hockey in the last at least decade, if not more. And he made a lot of really, really valuable comments to us about his concerns about it, but he was actually quite excited about it as well. And it needed to go through an NHL approval process and some testing. We presented them with the sticks for testing, and immediately we know the rest of the story. Hockey was shut down. They went into full lockdown first, and then they did what no other sport really did perfectly, is they got through the playoffs in that bubble. They've just been really occupied and haven't really had time to dive into our technology and our sticks, and it's quite understandable. But as the season was about to start again and they had some free time, we reached out again, and they said that they were going to finish up their testing, and they hope to have some information for us before the start of the season. And literally, I believe it was the night the season was starting, we did get a letter from the NHL, and I'm going to have to give this one to Richard. Richard's been in the company a lot longer than I have, and he's one of the original founders, and I'm not going to steal his thunder, but it was as exciting for me as it was for the rest of the team here at TOVI Hockey. Richard, you want to tell them the amazing news?
Sure. After months of rigorous testing from outside companies, outside engineering companies, as well as within the NHL, their own testing players and procedure. We received conditional clearance for any player or any team to use our stick in the NHL. No problems.
In both practices and in games.
Right.
It is now conditionally cleared, and the condition is that we need to let the NHL know which player is using it, and we're more than ecstatic to do that. And now we're in the process of reaching out to and being reached out to by many of the teams in the league. I believe we have 6 teams already who have reached out to us who are now getting sticks, and we can't wait to see that first player in the NHL score the first goal, and have everyone go, "What is that blade? Oh my God!"
I think goalie's going to wonder first and foremost what happened to that blade and how did that get by me so quick? Because we talked a lot about the technology and all the things that are involved with the sticks. I'm still waiting for my entourage stick, gentlemen.
You got it.
I got it, Richard. We'll talk about the research
and
the ongoing developments in a few minutes. Quickly tell me, guys, where, if there were any concerns with the process going to the NHL?
Well, it seemed like it was a rather secretive process. So we were a little concerned because we didn't know exactly what the testing they were doing. They talked a little bit about impact testing and speed testing, but they didn't tell us exactly what they were doing. I mean, the old days, they'd take a dozen sticks and shoot them and take a bunch of slap shots and things like that. But now it's extremely technical. They hired an outside firm, and we had no idea what they were doing during the testing until now. The NHL has actually sent us over some of the pictures of the testing that was being done, and it was some serious high-tech stuff, and we passed with flying colors.
So what was some of that testing? Can you let us know? Like, was it in terms of,
we're really not at liberty to discuss
Okay.
the testing. The testing belongs to the NHL.
Yeah.
All we can tell you is that we obviously passed their tests, and the product is now conditionally approved to be used in both games as well as in practice. And I think that pretty much tells you that the stick is as durable, if not more durable, and as expected, performs very well. Or else they wouldn't, if there was a safety concern or any concern, I don't think they would have allowed it to be used, especially in games. They might have said, well, I'll try and practice this first, but they've allowed it to be used in games and in practice. That tells me everything I need to know. And we really didn't have any concerns about the product performing. We did have concerns about the NHL allowing some kind of crazy new technology. It could be that they're just so used to whatever the standards are right now, and they don't want to shake up that boat, and they just wanted to say, no, we don't need another stick in the league. And I thought maybe we had a concern that the product does perform so much better than other sticks that maybe they would think that this gives an unfair advantage to a player or a team. But that would be like saying, you couldn't use a carbon fiber stick, you have to go back to wood sticks. And so technology always advances. I think the NHL would like to be part of that advancement. And I think, one of the things that Gary told me was he really appreciated that we brought the technology to him and to the NHL to show them this technology and get their clearance before we started just, disseminating it onto teams and asking people to try it and use it. They had actually wished that they had the opportunity to do that with carbon sticks back in the day. That being said, there's nothing about our stick that breaches any of the rules of the NHL rulebook. So if you look up NHL rulebook, you'll see a part about sticks. It talks about the length, the width, the curve, thickness of the blade. It talks about what materials you can make it out of. And then it says that you can pretty much bastardize it with wax and tape and spray paint. Ours is the most natural form that blade could be, and it doesn't bastardize a stick with a whole bunch of other products that actually reduce your feel of the puck. Wrapping tape all around it, putting wax all over it, that reduces the feel between the puck and the blade. And the puck and the blade, really, you want to have a marriage between those two things, that you can feel the puck everywhere on the blade. You can't do that with other sticks, especially because inside of their blade is a piece of styrofoam. It basically is a piece of foam that just absorbs all that feel. You don't feel anything anymore like the old wood sticks. Whereas this, you can feel it all the way up in your hands. You know where the puck is on your blade. And of course, that unique design allows not just airflow, but ice and water to go through the blade, not building up on the blade. This is a huge step. And because our blade is so unique and it can be used on so many surfaces, ice, roller, and street, because it's that durable, this is game changing. And I think the NHL recognized that, and we're just ecstatic that they're going to join us in this journey. I think at this point, Richard, the only thing that's keeping us from our name being in the NHL is that the last piece of the puzzle is, if you want your name, which is advertising in the NHL, then you got to pay a fee. And at some point, we're going to want that TOVI name in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at goal scorers, they want that next edge. They want that next, that step up. Goaltenders have been able to get all this tweaking and whatnot, and players have too. I mean, we talked about the technology change, and Lord knows we've gone leaps and bounds from the fur-filled goal pads to the Northland hockey sticks back in the day when we all used to play as minor midgets and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at technology and development. What's the next step? What's the next level? How do I get the edge on the competition? The diamond blade technology, the one-piece construction. The one thing that I'm truly fascinated about is, you don't need tape. You don't need wax. Everything is completely put together in that one, the bit of technology on that stick blade. It's
Correct.
Everything and anything put together as one. When you think about how much money is spent on tape per year, when you think about how much money is spent on dual sticks or 3 sticks because you play on 3 different surfaces, correct me if I'm wrong, boys. I mean, this is a be-all and end-all stick every year.
Absolutely. I mean, and talk about, I'm going to be in the locker room tonight. Well, I won't be in the locker room, but I'll be at the rink. When we're in the locker room, the kids are pulling the tape off their stick and they're throwing it all in the locker room. There's balls of tape everywhere. You don't have that with this. So there's an environmental piece to this as well. And we make the Diamond Coat liquid tape. And this product, you just basically take it out. It's single use. You paint it onto the blade. It dries in about 10 minutes and it lasts almost 20 games. And you don't really see it or feel it. It's not like, where you're in the middle of your game and you got a big tear or the tape falls off. Happened in a game just the other day. One of my players stepped on tape that was on the ice, blew his tire right out, went straight down the ice. And that happens all the time. And you start looking on the ice and you'll see pieces of tape everywhere. You'll never see pieces of this on the ice. And then we're working on another improvement to our Diamond Coat liquid tape, where we can have different grades of stickiness. For instance, here's a puck and here's the blade. I mean, we could have it really sticky. We could have this thing so sticky that, it may be too sticky, but that when it's wet, it goes away a little bit. But I just want to show you some of the things we're working on here at TOVI, major advancements. We can have different grades of tackiness, and there's nothing like that in tape. Tape is tape, and it gets wet, and you have no grip. Then you put wax all over it, hoping to keep the water and the ice off the blade, so you lose most of the grip that you're looking for. You're not getting something like that.
No, Richard, tell me about the technology of the blade itself, because I know we talked about it last episode. We were all together. This is not just a over the week, discussion. Like, this took years to develop what this blade and what this construction entails.
Yeah, it's been 8-9 years in the making, and we were in the alpha prototyping stages for many years. It's 100% carbon fiber, no foam core. It won't delaminate. It won't break down. It won't soften after you take a few slap shots. It stays solid. In fact, theoretically, it could take 100,000 cycles hitting a frozen puck at 100 miles an hour and not ever soften or break down or delaminate.
Or lose the pop. Your pop is consistent every single time.
Yeah.
Also, we have 4 patents now. 4 patents on this blade technology, solid molded carbon fiber blades that don't need to be taped. There's nothing else like this, and the technology is perfected, and we're getting patents in Canada.
And as Aaron said before, the feel of the puck on the stick is amazing because it's solid carbon fiber. There's no foam core to dampen it. It doesn't soften. So you can feel that puck wherever it is on the blade. And it's been a long time coming, like I said. And we enter Aaron Krause to the whole process or our branding. It took us to the next level. And basically, this is going to be the great new technology for the future.
We've talked a lot about the blade, how durable the blade is, 100,000, repetitions at 100 miles an hour. Talk to me about the durability of the shaft as well. I mean, a lot of players we're seeing, obviously, the blade is one of the entryways for, sticks to lose its pop, to break, and have to be replaced. How strong compared to other products out there is the shaft itself?
Well, I would say the shaft is as strong as the highest end sticks out there. But let me tell you what that means. The higher end sticks are the lightest sticks out there. And the lighter the stick, of course, the less durable that carbon fiber is. And it bends and flexes, and eventually you'll snap it. The real key to durability is picking the right flex. If you're a big player and you get a really whippy stick, you're going to bend it too much and you're going to break it too easily. I'm not going to say that the technology in our shaft is something miraculous at this point. It doesn't mean that we're not developing things all the time. And there is a thought already in the company for some ideas that could make the shaft much more durable. I'm not going to discuss them here on the call because there's stuff that we're going to patent at some point. But as of right now, the shaft of the stick is it's similar to the highest end sticks out there on the market. And that's the same price range that we're in. And so the durability of the shaft, I'm not going to say is the biggest selling point of the TOVI stick. It meets the same specs and criteria that you would expect out of a stick that's $250 to $300. But of course, when you marry that to the TOVI blade, to the Diamond Air blade, then you have the best stick in the world.
Yeah, no doubt. In terms of weight, roughly the same as what you'd find in store right now?
It's comparably weighted to all the high-end sticks that are out there in the same price range.
Fabulous news. Okay, look, boys, let's take a quick break. I went into the archives and I found I don't know if it's certainly an older TOVI hockey commercial, but we're going to show it here right now. We'll take a quick break. We'll talk about what's coming up in the future here with TOVI hockey with both Aaron and Richard. So stay tuned on the ice.
I love that commercial.
I was waiting to see the response from both of you. Saw that.
It's such a great commercial. I mean, obviously it's a bit of a parody, but it gets the point across. There's no question about it. The stick is aerodynamic. This is basic science, right? Instead of you dragging a big sail behind you and fighting the air, the coefficient of drag on this is so significantly decreased that of course your swing speed is faster. Of course you're hitting the puck harder, and of course you're going to be going into the net quicker. Here's people coming in my office and throwing things on my desk while I'm in the middle of an interview. Great.
I get the same too all the time. I just try to forget about it. Just keep rolling. It's all good. Richard, what did that commercial take you back to, and lead us into a little bit of what's moving on forward from today, and ongoing research development, and what do we look forward to seeing from the TOVI group here in coming future?
Well, that particular commercial has a future in it. And I don't know. I don't want to give away our secrets, but you may see the exact same commercial with various professional players and various people in hockey when it flashes back to the player who took the shot on the screen instead of that no-name guy. It could be all different guys out there, and that was the plan from the beginning. So I'm excited to see, maybe a Crosby on there or somebody like that, or
DK,
a PK or a Anthony D'Angelo or somebody like that. But there may be some professionals in the future who are on that commercial. That's the first thing. The second thing is, of course, we have a tremendous amount of technology that's being developed, whether it be skates, shin pads, the blade of a skate. And I think I'll let Aaron talk to that a little bit more, and especially in the diamond coat liquid tape area. So, Aaron, you want to?
What Rich is getting at is that we're not a hockey stick company. We're an integrated hockey manufacturer. We're going to make all kinds of hockey products, and all of them are going to be game changing. A lot of them will include our proprietary solid molded carbon fiber. So you can think about all the areas that could benefit from really strong, lightweight carbon fiber in the sport of hockey. And that's a technology that we have a great handle on, great understanding on. And there's also several other areas that we've been kicking around that I think we can also improve the sport. We're all really into hockey. Most of the people on this team are hockey players. And the big thing for us right now is we're in the next round of funding to get the company fully funded, move into our own manufacturing facility, and really start pumping out sticks on a regular basis. But our website is up and functioning. We're taking orders every day. We're selling diamond coat liquid tape every day. And you're going to see a lot of new products coming out of TOVI in the next couple of years. And especially the minute that we get one of these NHL players and they're in the league and score a goal, all the kids are going to jump on. And one of our new products that just launched is we made a junior stick in a 30, a 40, and a 50 flex. And they're very successful. The kids that are using them are going absolutely crazy. Richard, you want to tell them the really cool thing about our technology?
There's a lot of cool things about our technology.
In the junior sticks.
Oh, the junior stick is a very interesting concept, because what we did was we took a senior sized blade and put it on a junior stick shaft, which means, and the reason for that is no matter what level you play at, the puck is the same size. It doesn't get bigger or smaller. Now, there's a weight difference.
Right, it gets lighter.
It's a little bit lighter. However, what we found is we put that full-size blade on the junior shaft. The kids are stick handling better. They're controlling the puck better, and they'll always grow up with the same size blade and the same size puck. The only thing that's changing is their hands are growing, so they're going to get a bigger shaft as they get older.
Correct.
So they're flying off the shelves. The kids love them, and it's really improving the game of hockey, especially at the younger levels.
It's funny you mention that, Richard, because I think about it now, going back to my days and my son's days. Yes, you're absolutely correct. With an intermediate or a beginner shaft size, the blade size changes.
Right.
Yet, like you said, we've obviously experimented in development programs with the blue puck and the red puck and the smaller puck and the lighter puck. But when it comes to playing a game, it's still 6 ounces of vulcanized rubber that's black in color, and maybe has a symbol on the side, and that's it.
It's still that diameter. Even if it's lighter, it's still this diameter.
Yeah.
And so
Cow pies aren't allowed anymore.
Why are you using a little blade on it? You should learn how to use the same size on the same size blade. And we've done it, and we've done it better than anybody. And because it's full of the holes, it's also still light. So
Absolutely.
It's not like, putting a bigger blade on it's made the stick too heavy. Not at all.
So obviously the junior sticks have been well received.
Because
the senior sticks have been around more, have you been able to, get more feedback, both positive and negative, from the users? And what have they been saying in terms of their test product? I've watched several YouTube videos of a couple of college players, a couple of players that have been using the stick, testing the stick, and their pros and their likes about it. And a lot of them have been explaining to us, the audience, the stick handling, the velocity and the acceleration through the blade, and just the fact that they look at seeing this being a very durable product.
Well, Pavel Baba recently did a video where he tested all kinds of sticks against each other. They were probably bored during the pandemic and doing all kinds of videos. And they measured the shot speed, the wrist shot speed of all these sticks, and the Bauer ADV with the copycat stick with the slot in it, against our stick and against the old wooden stick and against all the others. And ours dramatically beat all the others in the wrist shot competition on Pavel Barber's YouTube video. So
and the snapshot. And the snapshot.
On the snapshot, yeah. Snapshot and wrist shot. So it was it's interesting.
But Richard, you get Richard, handles a lot of the customer service, and I love when I get an email from Richard during the day. He goes, another happy customer. He sends me, just people they're just glowing about the stick, how much they love it.
We have a pretty close relationship with a lot of our customers. I get a ton of emails all the time, especially the little kids. Juniors love this thing. And the dad or mom sends me the email, thank you so much for the stick. Junior loves it. He won't put it down. He takes it to bed with him, kind of thing. We get these all the time. It's one of those things. It's a special stick. It does help the player become a better player.
And you mentioned it's not just TOVI hockey sticks. It's a group that is looking to enter into protective gear and be a part of every part of equipment when it comes to playing the great sport that we love, and we look forward to return to ice in its full form as soon as possible. I'm not going to mention any pro names, but I'm sure you guys have got a couple of targets in the back of your head hoping to pick up this stick and say, yes, I want to put my name on it. Do you foresee anybody this year perhaps using TOVI in the NHL?
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Wow. I'm looking forward to seeing who that first person is.
We are too. We are too.
I know. I mean,
I'm looking for who is the early adopter who wants to be the one out there who really gets to be the one who puts his name on it and goes, I tried it out and wow. You know what? A lot of people are scared of technology. A lot of people are scared of change. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a hockey player. Okay. I'm fully immersed in this sport. I played in college. I played in men's leagues. I'm a level 4 USA hockey coach. I'm on the ice, 2 times a week. I know this game and I know the sport, and I can be the first one to tell you, we don't like to change and we don't like new technology. It's just something we just get set in our ways. But on the flip side, I'm an inventor, and that's what I do for a living is constantly try to find the best technology. And when I see this, I know this is the best technology, and all we need is to crack that wall. It's like that glass ceiling, once we break it, once we get that NHL player out there using it and he performs with it, oh, believe me, the rest of them are all jumping on board because they're all going to want that advantage. I'm not saying this stick is going to make you a superstar, okay? But it gives you that little advantage, and every advantage in this sport counts, every advantage. And if you're an older player and you haven't had the last couple of years, you've been looking for something to get your game up, this is it. If you're a young player and you're just starting out in the league, you need something to set you apart from other players and maybe gets you 1 or 2 more points a year, this is your stick. And we're going to get one. We're going to get one player. Maybe 2 or 3.
Half a dozen more points for a young player could mean the difference between playing in the big show or being in the A. So, it's huge. And it could be a big salary increase or a big pay increase. Like I said, half a dozen more points could be the difference in getting a big paycheck. So, or staying with a team rather than being traded.
So, Richard and Aaron, I'm going to ask you one of these last questions. That first goal that's scored in the NHL with that stick, whose wall is it going on?
Our partner TOVI's wall, I think.
Probably TOVI's wall, right?
It'll be in the shop. It'll be in the office.
I would say if we can get that stick back from him, I would say that would go into our museum as in our new corporate headquarters when we move in as number 1, right? As what do they call it? Patient zero.
Patient zero. That's Agent Zero. That's who you go.
We'll be back on as soon as somebody uses a stick.
Absolutely. So right now we have 3 sticks in circulation at the senior level, correct?
3 sticks: the Mirage, the Barrage, and the Sabotage. The Barrage is our highest end stick. It's the lightest weight stick. It's really the super high end stick. It's a little more expensive. It's the lightest stick we make. Only comes in, Richard, it's a low kick, right?
Okay, yeah.
And a low kick. And then the Mirage and the Sabotage are a little bit more heavy duty. They weigh a little bit more, but that's because of increased carbon fiber in there to last a little bit longer, but not by much. They're still in the 400 gram range, which is every bit as close to the super high end sticks. And they come in one in a low kick and one in a mid kick.
Okay.
And they're available in all that. We have all the curves. It's not like, at TOVI you can't pick a curve. We have all the top end curves out there, and we left and right, and there's different colors, so matching different teams if you like. We have a green one, we have a yellow one, we have an orange one.
Okay. So there is different lies, different kicks. I'm more of an undertow kind of guy, right near the crease top, and just put them where Mama puts the cookies, kind of thing.
Yeah, sing 'em high. And then we have the junior sticks, right, Richard?
The 30s, 40s, and 50s, right?
I'm in the Barrage. Yeah, 30s, 40s, and 50s. Yeah.
Well, sounds like fantastic news, gentlemen. I can't wait to see who is going to be the innovator or the one that's ready to jump with both feet and put one in their hands and start lighting it up in the NHL.
Hey, if they let me out of retirement, I could play a game for the Flyers. I'll use it.
Yeah? I just heard a story of a 51-year-old man who wants to come play football in the CFL again up here in Canada. So we'll see. There might be room for you, and you never know. You could be you could be that power play 2 kind of guy, like the Fulton style from the Ducks, Mighty Ducks. And
well, who was the goaltender that jumped on the ice from? He was the Zamboni driver.
Zamboni, don't tell that to Leafs fans. Leafs fans will never forget that one.
He was the Leafs driver, right?
He was the driver of the Zamboni, and they played against the Leafs, and he was like the 3rd backup or something in Carolina.
And they dressed and played, I think, and they beat the Leafs, right?
Yeah, great day in Maple Leafs
history. The next day, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, gentlemen, good. I mean, I don't have to wish you good luck, because good luck is made by those that are working hard, and you guys are working great at this. I'm looking forward to seeing that next level, that next step, and seeing players putting TOVI. It's already on the map, but on the professional map.
Exactly, on the professional map. Thanks for giving us a platform to share with your viewers. We really appreciate it. And anyone who's interested, take a look at the technology. TOVIhockey.com is our website. You can buy all the products direct from us right now. If you want to check out on YouTube, just type in TOVI Hockey. You'll see all kinds of videos that really amazing influencers have done, all getting very positive reviews.
Aaron, that's my line.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm
you did it very well. Right? TOVIhockey.com. Absolutely. Check them out, and you simply have to Google TOVI Hockey, TOVI Hockey, and you will find out tremendous information about the research, the technology, and some of the responses and the customer service that they have on it. Truly amazing. I show the stickiness one more time, Aaron. That is just like
it's something unique. You just kind of put it on and that's pretty sticky, right?
Yeah, and the fact it's like the Band-Aid. It's like the double-sided Band-Aid. Velcro.
Yeah, that's just some of our first experiments with this new, and this would be different grades of grip. We're gonna actually have 3 different grades of grip, so you can literally dial in how much grip you like on the puck. The
defender, the passer, and the shooter. I don't know. We'll have to come up with some names on it.
And roller hockey. You want different grips in roller hockey too. Very, very, very specific.
Very cool. Aaron Krause, Richard Fucillo, TOVI Hockey. Thanks for joining me, boys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I look forward to chatting with you again. Thank you for watching Amateur Sports TV. Check out TOVIhockey.com. And if you can help us find that first professional, if you want to be that professional hockey player, I'm sure they'd love to get a phone call from you. Be some good stuff to check out. Wink, wink, honk, honk. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the day, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.